I wanted to show you how to sync Outlook Calendar to TickTick. In TickTick, there is a tasks list, and if each task that whenever it has an end date, it will show up here in the calendar view. You need to upgrade to have this calendar view, but you can start syncing tasks nonetheless, and they will show up here. So basically, we're going to use Pipedream, and you go here to pipedream.com to create an account for free, and you can start automating. So basically, the first thing is we will set up the trigger to listen for new calendar events from Microsoft Outlook. And I just created an event here, and I can create a new one just to show you how it is. New event, test event 2. It will happen today at 9:30. Perfect. Save. There it is. And it should show up here. There you go. New event. There you go. I will select the first one. It shows here in the message. It will show here the uh, time zone and the subject, which is the other event I had here, lunch with Mary. And I will use this data into the next step. So for new events, we would select the TickTick account, and we will create a new task inside TickTick. So here I will look for the subject of the event, and I will use that as the title. And the start date, let me see how to find the start date here. Date, no, here in the search box, date, create a date time, live modified, start here, and then due date. I will use the end date. This one, and test this. So this created a task inside TickTick. Let's refresh this. There you go. Launch with Mary. Description. There is a due date for 12th. Is that correct? They should show up as today. What happens there? Mhm. Well, we'll check that later, but basically we successfully created the task there. Now we need to store this into a database for future reference. And basically I'm going to use a Pipedream data store for that. So here I type in Outlook Calendar Tick Tick integration, save, and as a key, I will use. I'm going to create a new key here, and I want to use the ID coming from the trigger. Yes, and the value will be the ID coming from um, from not the trigger, but from TickTick. So I have the two IDs from both systems, and I can reference that in the future whenever I need to. For example, when I update events in Outlook, I want that to show up in TickTick. Source. It's still creating. There you go. There are two events here. Let's see. Uh, which one is this? Launch with Mary. Let's change that. Which launch with Anna. Save that. This should show up here. There you go, as a new event. More launch with Anna. Perfect. Continue. I need to get the record back of the ID because here in update tasks, it asks me on the update task action, it asks me for the task ID. So I need to retrieve that from the database we created before. Um, and the key will be the ID from the trigger, which is this one. And I will not create a record now. I will test this out. And there you go. I have the ID here from TickTick. The ID, TickTick ID, sorry. So there you go. Project ID. The task ID will be, that's probably because we don't have a, yes, we have inbox here. Why it's failing to retrieve, but here basically I need to enter this custom expression and use the ID coming from here. And as the title, I will use the subject coming from trigger and the start date as well. I'm going to update this if in case we need to as well. Start date and due date. And date. Test. Let's see here. It was lunch with Mary. Let's refresh this. There you go. Lunch with Anna. Yes, it updated. This is how you build this workflow. Keep in mind that if you this will retrieve the calendar every 10 minutes and this as well. So this will consume steps from your credits. You just need to hit deploy and deploy on both and you will be ready to go. Hope that's helpful.